I mean, I'm going to tell you something about this Cirrus. It is very stable. We've got a 7-knot headwind. We just flew around some weather. This thing is like, look what we're seeing on the map here. All that weather, we kind of deviated a little bit around. We're on our course. We've got 18 minutes to landing. It's beautiful. Can't wait to get on the ground and get to our Airbnb in Nassau.
November 811 Romeo Charlie, contact NASA approach. November 811 Romeo Charlie, contact NASA approach. 1.
Okay, people, sorry I had to kill that abruptly. Zach was talking on the radio. But look how beautiful this water is right here. OMG. OMG is right. The only thing more beautiful than this is this airplane that we're in.
And me.
And it's my dad's. And Pepe back there, she's pretty. It's not more beautiful than Pepe.
I can't tell if that's sandbars or just water.
Oh no, but it's insane.
It is crazy. You crazy, crazy guy. I think you can only get here by boat, people.
There's a road.
There's not a road. This is like
Elon Musk is building one.
Elon Musk is building a tunnel here, probably. But
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrive Time Show, starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to.
Yes, 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 and yes. Thrive Nation, on today's show, we're joined with Steve Currington from stevecurrington.com. He does mortgages in all 50 states. Steve Currington, how are you, sir?
What is up?
Okay, on today's show...
I was mouthing that while you were doing it. While you started the intro, I was pretending like I was the one doing it.
Well, you're going to be joining us every week. We're going to be doing these updates for quite a while until our heads explode. And why I like working with you is, one, we've worked together for, 9 years, 10 years? I think it's about...
I mean, it was like 2015, so
about 8 years in.
Yeah.
8 years in, we've been working. The relationship is Steve has a mortgage company called stevecurrington.com. That's the website there. And we've helped Steve to grow that business. And to learn more about stevecurrington.com and the mortgage services he provides, you can go to stevecurrington.com. And but what we're going to talk about today, we were just talking about it offline, now we'll bring it online, is avoiding unlucky / dysfunctional people.
Right.
So if you go to thrivetimeshow.com, it's thrivetimeshow.com. You can go there right now, folks. You can download a copy of the book that we're going to be teaching from today. So what you'll do is you go to thrivetimeshow.com /free resources. You can go there and you can download a free copy of the book I'm teaching from, A Millionaire's Guide, How to Become Sustainably Rich. And we're going to go to page 77, and we're going to give you a lot of examples here. We're going to go to page 77. Right here, Steve, this is the Jared and Jennifer Johnson success story.
Yep.
Platinum Pest. In 2014, what were their sales in the year 2014?
$174,000.
In 2015, the sales were?
$189,000.
In 2016, the sales were?
It was $287,000. That's about 100%, $100,000 increase from the 2 years before.
And what about the next year?
$316.
Okay, what about the next year?
$357.
Okay. And the final, okay, so the final year on this particular graph was 357. So we helped them grow from 174,000 to 357,000. I just saw them on Monday, and guess what? They're functional people. If you open up your Bible, folks, to Proverbs 13:20, it says, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed."
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to brag on them for a second. How many meetings do you think these guys here on page 77 of the book here, A Millionaire's Guide, How to Become Sustainably Rich, how many times do you think in the relationship that we've had with these people that they've come into the meeting with some weird personal life issue?
I'm guessing 0.
0. Ha-ha! There it is.
Boom.
Unbelievable. And you know why they're successful? Because I can teach you how to grow a successful business. But, Steve, I can't teach people how not to be drunk on a Tuesday night.
Right.
I can't teach how not to get into marital problems on a Friday night.
Right.
I can't teach how to not be late for everything.
Yeah.
And I found this to be a pattern. I want to get your thoughts on this. Every client I've ever worked with that is successful, ever, tries to be on time and tries to pick up trash when they walk by it.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And we've never had that talk, but like Jared, this past week, we were we're doing an event in Las Vegas, and we had a big conference in Las Vegas, and for anybody who wants to learn more about that, just go to thrivetimeshow.com. And he showed up, and he had, his meeting starts on Mondays. His meeting is every single Monday. Our meeting is, let me pull up on the calendar, it's every Monday, and we meet on the 15. We meet 15 after. Most of my clients, we meet on the hour. But he's on the 15 because he likes to meet he basically likes to meet in the week in a way where he can meet early on Monday to start his week off right. Okay. So we meet at 11:15 on Mondays.
Okay.
So it's 11 o'clock. He's here, always here early, and he notices my team is loading the vans full of shirts and equipment and things we need to take to Vegas. Yeah. And what do you think he did? Unprompted. I didn't say to him, "Hey, could you please help?" What do you think he did?
He started helping them load stuff in the van.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then one of our employees had a box, and the box was empty, and they set it next to the door. And what do you think he did?
He put it in the trash.
Right.
Yeah.
And then after the van was loaded, I watched him do this for the 15 minutes. He's walking around our building, and what do you think he's doing in the building?
Picking up trash.
Yeah. He's like our number one janitor, and he's not even an employee of mine. I didn't ask him to do it. And we go back to Proverbs, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall suffer harm." Why do you think it is that he does that?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I do the same thing, and I'll tell you, Dr. Green, who was my business coach for a long time, God rest his soul. Awesome guy.
A great person, yeah.
He worked in the restaurant business before. You know, he helped run Beautiful Brands International, which was a few different brands that they did. And that was one of the examples that he used, Clay, is that he would go into one of his restaurants and drop a napkin on the floor and then just sit in a booth and watch how many employees would walk right over the top of it.
There it is.
And not pick it up.
There it is.
And it's just because I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if it's a thing you're born with or what, but it's just like an instinct thing that, and I do.
This is deep.
I do it.
This is deep, though.
No one ever said to me, "Hey, Steve." I mean, maybe they did. Maybe I just don't remember when I was a kid, but maybe it's when you're raised that, hey, if there's trash on the floor, pick it up.
So I have a man cave, which I call my office.
Yeah.
Okay? Now there's one part of my house that I enjoy going to. It's my man cave in my house. It's upstairs. And then I have a fireplace outside.
Yeah.
By where by the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And the pool, the waterfall currently cannot turn on because the pool company says, "Oh, the service provider that provides you with the waterfall or whatever, they updated their system, so therefore you can't turn on your waterfall until the system gets updated." How do you think that goes over in my world?
Oh my God, I'm surprised that they're still alive.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how worked up do you think that makes me that I came home
like a 12
and my water falls off?
12.
Yeah, and it bothers me, and I'm going, what? Why do I have a massive waterfall
that doesn't work?
Doesn't work, and why is it that it bothers me and nobody else.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before, and we have a similar thing because the TV in the living room didn't work. And Vanessa's like, oh, I don't know, it won't come on. And you're like, how long has that been like that? And she's like, oh, since we moved in. And you're like, how in the world is this the thing? And because we had this same thing at our house, the sound bar.
The sound bar.
Quit working.
Oh, that's the speaker in the bar shape.
Yeah. And Sally's like, oh, it just does that. And I'm like, what do you mean it just does that? So then I'm over there and she's like, well, don't mess with it. Well, then I get over there and I end up unplugging the thing and somehow figuring out how to get it plugged back in.
Right.
And then I'm like, all right, cool. Or we'll reset the whole system.
Yep.
Go to the bedroom, come back. Hey, is it working? No. It'll probably work tomorrow. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't handle it. I just have to leave.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's a thing where I'm telling you, if you want to become super successful, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I'll tell you this, there are certain people that have a doom cloud over them. Mm-hmm. And they don't pick up the trash, figuratively speaking, or probably literally, in their life.
Yeah.
They, for whatever reason, my waterfall does not work, and I am on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, folks. There are bigger life problems, but for me, it's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that thing fixed today.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. And I'll probably call somebody 45 times about it. Now, we get back from our event in Las Vegas. We come back, and I have a gong in my office that's on wheels. And we hit the gong every time we close a deal.
Yeah.
And the person we got back, they brought in the gong, but they didn't hang the gong back up on the apparatus with the wheels. So you can't bang the gong.
Oh, my God.
And I was beyond pissed again this morning. And why do you think it bothers me that somebody would bring in the gong apparatus and not set it up and just let it sit there for 24 hours?
It kills the whole vibe, everything. Now nobody can go gong. Now nobody can go celebrate.
Right.
It kills the whole party's done, and it's because someone just can't finish the task.
And there's
it's like running to the 1 yard line and dropping the ball and then walking off the field and then going, oh, crap.
Now, somebody gave me a framed U.S. Constitution. Very nice framed.
Yeah.
And here we are, and a person said, I'm going to get it put up. It's not up right now. And it's on my list. And you know how big it's on my list? It's a big thing on my list. And you know why? Because the waterfall has to be fixed today. The gong just got fixed. There was a TV in the wrong location. It has to go back. Yep. All the boxes have to be emptied. I'm sure you heard me. I said, empty that trash. That kind of stuff bothers me. And that's the sort of... So today, it's a Tuesday, and I got the trash taken out today. I got the gong fixed. I'm going to get the pool fixed. And I'm going to get the Constitution framed. And you know why? You know why when I come to work, when I've been gone, I was gone, we were in Las Vegas. I come back. There's no overhead music playing. You know why there's no overhead music playing while I was gone?
Because every morning when you get here before everyone else, you turn the music on.
And why wouldn't the other people want to turn it on or ask, how do I turn it on? Why?
I don't know. Maybe some people.
Because they're not going to be successful. Ever.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it.
That's funny.
That's why you can't hang around. You cannot be a companion with losers.
Yeah.
You can't, because whatever it is in a person's mind that allows them to not put up the gong, not fix the music, not take out the trash, that's what makes people unsuccessful.
Yeah, and I don't know whose quote this is, so someone can tell us, but how you do anything is how you do everything.
Right.
And so that's how people are. If they are shortcutting and shortchanging and half-assing, excuse my French, everything, that's how they do everything. It's not just that one thing. And I was telling Casey,
their whole life is committed to being half-assed.
Yeah, I was telling Casey yesterday in the office, I said, I don't think people realize that the reason, a big part of the secret of the reason of why I'm successful at what I do,
right,
is exactly what you're describing right now, is that I pay attention to the details. And some people will say, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal that the gong's not up. It's not a big deal that the overhead mute. But you know what I do every single day when I walk into my office? It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. I walk over to the Aroma 360, and I hit 95%, and I hit plus on the density, and I hit 8 hours. Because I want to make sure that that thing is putting the scent that I want in my office at all times.
And it's a nuclear problem if it doesn't happen.
Exactly. Then I walk to the conference room.
There you walk
because we have 24 hours of live music,
there it
of
is.
Upbeat happiness, and it's on 50 Okay, that's the volume that I want it on. So you know what I do? I open the conference room door. I hit the volume up on the remote. It goes to 51. I hit it back down. I'm like, rock and roll. It's set up like a.
You know, the other day I was watching we traveled to Vegas, and someone says to me, "Hey, can you? I'd like to watch a video. Can we watch a video?" And I'm going, "Yeah, we can watch a video." And they said, "Is that okay if we put it on?" I said, "Sure." And Steve, they're putting on the video where you can't hear the sound. You can barely hear it. And I'm going, "You got to crank that up." But the other people were okay where they couldn't even hear it.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. The expectation that people do not have. The expectation determines your level of elevation. Everybody out there, if you're around people with low expectations, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
So that's one powerful thing about coming to our in-person workshops. It's also a powerful reason why I recommend, if you're getting a mortgage, check out stevecurrington.com or a lender that actually has a burning desire to get paid. Steve, you have multiple Lamborghinis and you have a wonderful airplane. And the reason why you have an airplane and Lamborghinis is because that is the fruit of your efforts.
Yeah.
And because you have an ambition, that's your aim and your mission, ambition. Because you have an ambition, you get things done.
Yep.
But there's other people that are mortgage providers that, thank you for calling Smith Mortgage. How can I help you? And the low energy, you can just feel it.
Yeah.
And then your loan process is slow. Closing on your house is slow. Everything is slow.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you're out there today and you are around people that are slow and they're low energy, they're half-ass all the time, you've got to open up your Bible to Proverbs 13:20, flip the pages. Here we go, opening it up. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. And I'm telling you, there are certain people that will always lose. Let's go to thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire. Let's go to page 126. Steve, this is the Charles Kolaw success story. Yep. When he hired us in 2017, how many locations did he have open?
I think he just had 2 locations.
Now
they weren't even that good.
It's kolawfitness.com. Great job. He's a great guy.
Charles.
And then how many locations did he have the last year we tracked on this graph?
6.
6. And he went from 2 locations to 6, and what he needed was a mentor with some energy, with some enthusiasm, with some urgency to get stuff done. Mm-hmm. And on part 2 of today's show, you're going to hear Charles Kolaw share his success story. And Charles Kolaw, guess what? If you go to his house, he used to have a house in Owasso, it's nice.
Yeah.
His pool is nice.
Yeah.
His grill area is nice.
His house in Orlando is nice. I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
Oh, they live in we did his mortgage, obviously, but I love Charles and Amber. But yeah, they live in like a very posh little hood and like.
But I'm saying he has expectations.
Yeah.
He grew up in a humble home. His dad was a pastor. And you know what? He has an ambition, an aim, and a mission. I'm telling you again, I keep saying this. If you come to one of our conferences and you spend time with Charles Kolaw and you spend time with Steve Currington, you will become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. It will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen. Steve, final example, and then this was, by the way, the Charles Kolaw success story is on page 126 of the book. You can download that for free. Go to thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire to download it. Another success story, page 136. This is Jamie Fagel. It's a cabinet company. Steve, what's his website address?
JamesonFineCabinetry.com.
JamesonFineCabinetry.com. The first year he hired us was what year?
2018.
And what were his sales that year?
Just under 714,000.
And what were his sales in 2021?
Just over 936. So that was like 220,000 increase.
Okay, and the next year?
And then went to 1.2 million. So another 280 grand.
And then from 2021, what were his sales?
1.76. So then it's another 500 grand.
So let's be super clear. The first year he hired us, how much sales was he doing?
700,000.
And then 2021, how much sales was he doing?
1.7 million.
So he more than doubled his business.
Yeah, he went up 1 million.
And again, it comes down to expectation. And if you're hanging out with idiots, you're not going to win. Steve, let's do another success story because people are becoming the average of the 5 people they spend the most time with. Let's do one more success story. What page are we on in the book here, sir?
We're on chapter 8, page 143.
Okay, who's this client? This is
Gabrielle Salinas.
Okay, so Gabe Salinas with WindowNinjas.com. WindowNinjas.com. The first year you hired us, what were his sales?
He was doing 1.5 million.
And then what were his sales this last year?
He went to 2.3 million, and that was from 18 to 21.
Yes. And again, if you come to our conference, you're going to be around successful people. You become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So again, if you're listening today and you want to have a Lamborghini or an airplane or whatever it is that you want to do, you need to be around people that have Lamborghinis.
Yep.
It's so important and that's a big reason why I will not suffer fools very long. Because I
That's
know
what we
it's
have
gonna,
in common.
I will not.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know who listens to this show, but this is why I don't do dinners with people. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Because I'm just me personally. Because I can't do it. I cannot be around people. It contaminates my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it. It's like someone peeing in my pool. People will go, "Do you ever feel like you fire people too aggressively?" No. Furthermore, you putting that thought in my mind is a problem. Dinner over.
Yeah.
Just being real. So I encourage you folks, be intentional about spending time with people that are successful or who want to become successful, because Proverbs 13:20 reads, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." And if you're out there today and you're looking for a mortgage, check out stevecurrington.com, stevecurrington.com. I do not get paid a commission to encourage you to go to stevecurrington.com, although I've asked, but certain mortgage laws do prohibit me from receiving a commission. So if you go to stevecurrington.com today, you can apply for a mortgage, for a loan, and Steve Currington will help you out. He's been doing this for how long, Steve?
Like 18 years.
18 years.
Just so you know,
Yep.
I do set aside a little bit of money from all of the deals that I get from Clay, and I buy fuel for my airplane. So I just wanted to make sure that
Thank you.
Your commission that you're not getting is going to a good cause. I mean, fuel is expensive. You know, it's like
and for you to buy a Lamborghini, that's expensive.
Well, it's like $7 a gallon,
right?
So gas, and it's 16 gallons an hour that thing burns.
Now, Steve, we'll do this real quick because I got to hop into our next meeting.
Yeah.
Will you do me a favor? Can you email me a link to your most recent Bahama trip real quick here while it's top on your mind?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to include it in part 2 of today's show. And then on part 3 of today's show, I'm going to introduce you folks to the Charles Kolaw success story. So part 1, we have part 1, part 2. I want to show people your most recent Bahaman trip. It could be a short, it could be a full-length video. I don't care. Just send me something. And that way I can include it on part 2 of today's show, okay?
Got it.
All right, here we go, folks. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Boom.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months and you have $350,000 of bills you've got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But it was, anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing, and I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you, and there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.